morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Tuesday, and it's August 11th. Today, we have a couple items here on the economic report. We'll start off with the Nfib Small Business Index for the month of July. This is important primarily because this gauges the confidence level for small businesses, which makes up the majority of the job data out there. So they had 100.6 for a number in June, and it dropped down to 98.8 in July. So obviously they lost a little confidence when a lot of the states came back and started doing more lockdowns again, and of course this reduced some of the confidence that was out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Producer Price Index, also known as the PPI, for the month of July. This is inflation data on the wholesale level. It doesn't quite always get the respect that it may deserve, but that is, but it basically, the reason being is that we look more primarily at the consumer inflation data, like the CPI and PCE. PCE is being the Fed's favorite gauge for inflation. So when you hear real inflation, that's what they're looking at, the core inflation of that, where you strip out food and energy, and that's what they're looking at. But on the wholesale side, even though inflation may rise, it doesn't always, or costs may rise, it doesn't always get passed on to the consumer. That's why it doesn't always necessarily get the big swings or importance, the higher weight in the markets here. So in June, it dropped by 0.2%. Forecast was kind of for 0.3. They came in at 0.6% for the month of July here. Now, when you strip out the food and energy, which are two variables that are not controlled, we get the core PPI, and this is really what we look at in terms of the true data in terms of for inflation. So in June, it dropped by 0.3%, and forecast is kind of for 0.1%, and it went up 0.5% for the month of July. So let's jump over to the headline news. And stocks are mixed this morning, kind of like yesterday. The Nasdaq is actually in the red a bit, whereas the others are in positive territory. The Dow is actually up over 300 so far this morning. Congress gets back to negotiations after President Trump signed the executive order to go ahead and continue parts of the stimulus package, previous one. The Congress came back to negotiations. And then Russia came out with the first COVID-19 vaccine. So they're the first one to register that. So there is some criticism or speculation on it, but in any case, they are the first on record to come out with the vaccine. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what's going on with in terms of the mortgage-backed securities and what's affecting mortgage rates. And so far, we are down 17 basis points. We were down a little bit further when I first looked. It was down 20 basis points. So that's enough to see a little bit worse in pricing here. So just be a little careful out there if you guys are looking to buy or refinance. That maybe you want to kind of start locking in, because we do got a little bit of room for it to fall down to the 25-day moving average, and we did pull a bit of ways up there. So just be careful on those. Yields are also adding that pressure. It shot above the 25-day moving average, which again, that's what we could potentially see. And then the next ceiling that was up there, bringing all the way towards the 50-day moving average. So right now we're just above 0.65 on the yields right now. Okay, so that's pretty much the wrap. Again, rates are a little bit higher today. Take care.